How's your life working out for you? Because if you're happy, like I say to people, if it's working, what are you doing here?
Yeah, like
if
what
it's
are you
working,
doing
why
here?
are you here? Why are you asking me? Because they're coming to me for something, or like you said, I mean, your recovery's your podcast, Recovering Out Loud. So why are you in a room, or why are you in a situation where you need recovery? I don't care where it is. If it's with a therapist, if it's with a doctor, in a rehab, in a resort in Costa Rica, why are you here?
Like think of the word recover, even.
Yeah, like so. Why? That's what I would ask. Is why are you here?
Recovery?
So something in your life is not working. And Jess and I have a wonderful way of doing this with people. We have a program that my mentor gave us, and it's a checklist. And you just check off all the things. Did your husband work for you? No. Did having that new baby work for you? Did you get that pocket dog work? Did getting your new car? Did getting the money?
How about the fourth boob job?
Yeah. Did getting well, then why are you here?
Yeah.
If none of this worked, then why are you here? Then you're here because you need a new way of living. So I'm not going to convince you. I'm going to just show you or tell you that if you need me, I'm 52, I'm retired, I'm naked in my hot tub that my mom got me, okay? So this is how I roll with people, because if it can happen for me, why can't it happen for you? I'm not higher education. I went to the School of Hard Knocks, PhD, brass rail, there you go. Mm-hmm. No big deal. So if you want it, it's for anybody. It's for anybody and everybody. And the human experience, like why are you on Earth? Yeah. What are you doing here? Why are you on the planet Earth? That's a deep question.
Let me start with first though. You said spiritual experience. What is that? I know this is a big question, but what does that mean to you? A spiritual experience.
Spiritual experience means that you're experiencing things spiritually. You are experiencing things in the spirit, not in the world, not in the 3D. It's something, an experience. You're having an experience. What is an experience? It's a lesson, right? It's a lesson, isn't it? Is that what experience is? It's a lesson. It's a teaching through spirit eyes, not human eyes.
Right. So I can't tell you how to ride a bike. Mm-hmm. I can't show you how to ride a bike. You have to get on the bike and start riding it yourself in order to learn how to do that.
I heard that today on a podcast, actually. It's so interesting that you just said that. You can't tell you how to ride a bike, right? Mm-hmm. You have to experience it for yourself. And it goes back to experience, like you said. Why are we on this earth?
I was put here to carry a message. I was put here to carry a message. I was born what we call an addict, right?
Sorry, Jess, this is going to drive me nuts.
And
I can't see your face.
Hi. And I had to go through many, many painful experiences in order to share how God got me through those painful experiences. Not just through, but with grace. So that's why I'm here, to carry that message.
Love it.
I thought I came to steal your husband, lady, and to make sure that everyone worshiped me. I thought I was here for, I don't even know what a Bugatti is, but for the nice car, for the big house. I thought I was here for really tight tits and to make you worship me. And then I had what we just talked about, a spiritual experience, awakening. And then I realized the only reason I'm on planet Earth is to help, to be a servant. I'm a servant. That's who I am. It's like, why am I here on Earth? I thought I was here to be the CEO. Mm-hmm. I thought I was here to be the boss lady.
I was wondering where my private jet was when I was like 5 years old, waiting for the bus with my mom. I was like, why are we at the bus stop? Where is my helicopter? So I don't know where that programming.
That's what I was going to ask. Where does that come from? Yeah.
Media.
Yeah.
Right. Music.
Movies.
Television.
Tell lies to your vision. Or where does that programming come from now that I'm remembering who I am? See, I forgot who I was because I was what we'll call in our programming is blotting out the consciousness of my existence with whatever so for the layman, it's called putting weird things in my God-shaped hole, including your husband's penis. I mean, it gets real weird for me. And I don't do that anymore. You don't have to hold your people tight because I've recovered from that.
Hold your husband's hand tighter when you walk
don't
in the
hold your
room.
husband's hand tighter. I'm okay. But I think that programming comes from remembering who I am too. See, this is not my first journey on earth. Are you crazy? I've been here many times, but when I come through the birth canal, there's this magic thing that we forget. And I think the object of the game is to remember who you are. You know, you and I are in a program, we're all in a program here that says, remember always that your sex powers are God-given. Remember you tapped power.
Right. It also tells us to smash our ego. So in order to see and experience things spiritually, as my friend mentioned, my ego has to be completely dissolved because I was a spirit and I was a baby after I came through that birth canal. And as a baby, I did not have an ego and I was sane. I was sane and I was pure love. And something happened that blocked me from love. And jealousy got in the picture and wanting other people's things and husbands and homes and wanting other people's experiences, you know, wanting to do what they're doing, not being comfortable with what I'm doing. I'm restless over here. I'm here. I want to be there, right? I'm bored, restless, irritable, discontented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, it's this sort of like, it makes me think about like attachment to things, right? Where we learn that, I mean, at least I learned at a young age that, you know, this makes me a better person, right? Having the newest one and it's mine, right? Like this is mine. It happens with toys. I'm pointing to my phone, by the way, for people that aren't watching.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because my friend's niece, she's like 3 years old. And on Christmas, I remember looking at my best friend and she was going, everything she opened, my book, my purse, my toy, my. And as I mentioned, we were babies without egos, but around 3 years old or whenever it happens, the ego just starts to intact.
Well, I think the first programming for everybody or first addiction is love because that's the only energy that there is love. That's the only energy that there is. It's
powerful too.
And so that's the first addiction. I always, you know, I mentor a lot of people. And so I always, you know, like you're not, you don't have this problem, that problem. You have a love problem. Lack of love, lack of self-love, lack of giving love, lack of love for self. Like it goes deep. It's all about love. And then you start to love other things like alcohol, like men, like money,
drugs,
you know, like body image, all these different things we start to worship. And so I think the very first addiction or the very first thing for everybody who comes out of womb is love.
Yeah.
Because we get distracted, isn't it? Mom and dad get distracted. Then grandparents are distracted. And then we're in 2026. If you're listening to this podcast in 2050, things are real different every generation. Does that resonate? Like it's this deep programming. It's this very deep programming that we all have to get rid of and remember who we are. This is a whole collective thing that we need to do together. It's not just you, it's not me. Collectively, we need to do this.
Yeah, I agree. Just for context, before we go further, because I like that we're diving right into this head first. There's a lot of, you know, stuff I want to talk about and get into, and it's very interesting, your perspectives, even just before setting up, like talking about. I don't normally talk about this stuff, right? So it's good to get it out in the open and open my mind. And I think if I want to say anything to people listening today is like, keep an open mind through this fucking episode, please, because you're gonna hear words like God, and you're gonna hear words that might make you uncomfortable and trigger you, but in my experience, the more open I am to these concepts and the more willing to explore them, my life gets better, right? And you know, I take something here, I pick up something here, I leave something there that I don't like, but keep an open mind, I would say. So if you guys want to just give maybe a quick high level backstory of how you kind of got into this way of living and what brought you into spirituality and how you got here. So Jess, if you want to start.
Okay. So I didn't use words like God. I didn't shudder at them, but I didn't use them either. I didn't subscribe to any religion or spirituality. I subscribed to a life of thinking about myself only from when I was a baby. I thought about myself only. And if I didn't get my way, I had a massive impending feeling of doom. Like the world would just collapse around me. Like I need one more hour of TV. I need one more Beanie Baby. I need one more troll. And that went on, and it turned me into a monster. That's the only way that I would be able to describe it. And because it was the only life that I knew, it was normal to me until it started to feel really bad in here. And when that happened to me, I found a program and mentors within the program that taught me a new conception and a new belief system and a new way of living, which involved the opposite of every single way that I was living. It was really dark the way that I was living, and this lifestyle was really light. And this other way that I was living was really, really, really attached to outcomes and really attached to material. And this new way of living was completely separated from that. And I was completely separated from all of these acting out behaviors and any type of drugs or drinking or love addiction or food addiction or shopping addiction or addiction to to people telling me that, they loved me or that they were, attracted to me. All of those addictions started to evaporate when I separated myself from self, right? And I met Nikki in this program, and she took me through some work around some of these things, and I started to live a lot different.
That's a good way to sum it up.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, how did I get on this beautiful blue couch with 2 star seeds?
Wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah, wearing a blue shirt. Thank you for people just listening. I'm matching the couch. How did I get here? Well, I was going to kill myself and kill my lover. And how did I get to that point where I was going to kill myself and kill another human, a child of God? It started young because I was born into a family that's programmed into really sick programming, the family disease of alcoholism, addiction. I don't care what it is. And then I'll put down certain things and pick up other things. So like my friend Jess said here, alcohol and drugs are her thing. I put that down, crystal meth and all that good stuff doesn't do anything to me. Because when you snort a human, I don't know if you've ever snorted a human, Anthony, but it's, oh man.
I think Anthony snorted a human.
It's really great.
He snorts his wife.
There you go. And if you snort piles of money, that feels good too.
Yeah.
And then if you snort piles of self-righteousness, self-pity, and then there's no way out. And so that's how I got here. And I was, I'm beyond human aid. That's why I'm here. Because I'm from Orange County, California. The sun, sea, and sand don't work. I've had a shit ton of money. I'm a retired burlesque entertainer. If you're watching, I used to be young and tight. I'm 52 now. I could, work out a little bit more. It might help. But long story short, I'm beyond human aid. I tried all your pills. Those made me crazy and want to kill myself because I couldn't have an orgasm.
What, antidepressants?
Oh, yeah. When they make your your farfalla as dry as a Sahara desert. Can I say that on your podcast, sir?
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, what went on? Oh, it's the pills. So no pills will help me. And then no human aid. No one's going to help me. And that's how I wound up here. Because all the answers are inside of me. Just like all the problems are inside of me. And so I too, like Jess said, I needed a mentor, a guide, a someone to help me find a way out. And a way out of what, Nikki? A way out of his pants? A way out of the bottle? A way out of the baggie? A way out of the bank account? No, a way out of my sick mind.
Yeah.
A way out of this crazy mind that never stops. Never stops.
Mm-mm.
Never stops. And throw on it, I'm a Virgo type A. That's just, I'll never stop.
Fuel to the fire.
Yeah. I think what we're talking about is a thinking disease.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really am addicted to my sick thinking. Good thinking, bad thinking, just thinking. So I needed a program that was going to show me where to place those thoughts. I needed like actionable items that showed me how to place my thought life on a spiritual plane, because my thought life was on a material plane and it was making me really sick, and it was causing a lot of destruction that I had and I'm having to work really hard at cleaning up.
Yeah. And it's the other thing too, is for me at least, it's like, it's a daily thing, right? It's not flip the switch and now I'm connected, you know, for life.
Right.
I have to, because I go back to that thinking of, you know, something I've noticed recently actually with my new connection to what I call God now is I started meditating as well, like seriously meditating every morning, not just, you know, here and there. Yeah, I'll do it to check the box. Like I actually started dialing in 10, 15 minutes every morning. And I've been doing it for 3 weeks now, I think. And it's changing my life. Like, honestly, it's starting, I start to really catch my thinking in midair and myself to what you're talking about. And for me, what comes up a lot is I like to judge people. And for whatever reason, I get an instant resentment. Yeah. And it just, and that's what takes me out to drink eventually too, because I'm like holding on to that righteous anger of, I don't know why, it doesn't make any sense, but it's, for me, it's.
You're addicted to anger.
Probably, but it's so specific with that guy has a lot of money. He's rich. This is the story I spin in my head. Therefore, he's a piece of shit. And I'm going to judge him on his actions and this and that. So those are the things. But what I noticed this time around is I'll start to catch those thoughts before they get into me yelling at my wife or, you know,
and what if
yelling
I
at
gave
my
you
friends.
some radical programming to that thought and said, because I see that you know what you can and can't do, Anthony. And so it's like, Anthony can never pick up a drink again.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably never pick up a person outside of your marriage again. You like, these are deep things. You can never pick up those certain drugs or even a sugar, whatever it is that you can't pick up. What if I told you you cannot pick up judging other people?
Yeah.
Like, put the stamp on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is how serious, like, that's why I say the programming goes very deep. You're not allowed to do that anymore, sir. Yeah. So what do? So first thought is, that guy's rich, he's a piece of shit, or I should have, or blah, blah, blah. Second thought is the new programming.
Mm-hmm.
The new programming says, what would the new programming say for something like that?
He's a child of God. He's like, I love him. Yeah,
and you need to be helpful, and you need to be a friend to everyone.
Right.
So I don't have room. I don't have room to be thinking about what she has that I don't, if I'm thinking about how I'm going to be helpful to someone. Yeah. Maybe it's not even her, just fucking someone. And
then Anthony said this next thing, which is, okay, I'm not going to judge, but then you've got to replace it. And you said, well, then I'll smile at him. See, there's the action.
Oh, that's an action.
See, there's the action. That's a lot of people in our...
And that's hard to do,
then
right?
That's hard. It's hard.
But it works.
But it does work. And so maybe you don't want to smile at him, but maybe it'd be something like, okay, instead of judging, you're going to look for something good about it. Like, wow.
Nice watch.
Like his, materials. I love it. We're all on the right couch. Money.
Because it doesn't get removed. It doesn't get removed. Right. We just have a way of dealing with it. Like you had mentioned meditation, and yeah, for sure, it's in our book and it's in many other spiritual practices. But I actually need help figuring out how to slow the fuck down. Last time I got into a car accident sober, I called this one. I'm like, she's like, huh? Slow down. Literally and figuratively. You know, I need to slow down so that I can hear God. Mm-hmm. And I can do that in meditation, but I also need to be able to do that when I'm in motion throughout my day. So
you're programming. It's the programming. Everybody listening in from around the world, we are in Toronto, Canada. I think it's the 4th or 5th largest city in North America. And we have been programmed to go, get. And I'm a judger like you. And what are you sitting there just staring at the roses for? Yeah. What are you sitting there just rubbing your rosary, Nona? I'm a judge. You think you're a judge? I'm judging Nona in her black dress, rubbing her rosary, and then God puts a shoe on me like he did with the 6-inch stiletto when I was a burlesque entertainer for many years, judging how could a mother be a dancer. Mm-hmm. Then I see that's the best feeling in the world, just to sit, meditate. Nona's meditating. Yeah. Nona's in her little black dress. Nona's lost her husband and her son. And the only safe space for Nona is to sit and think about how much her God loves her. You understand? Like, that's when I saw, like, be, not do. Because I'm like, Nona, you own that house there. You own that. You have a house in Italy. Why the hell aren't you in Italy enjoying? Why aren't you wearing pink? Nona's finally dead. Go enjoy your life.
Wearing pink.
You see what I mean,
Yeah,
Anthony?
yeah.
And then I'm like, no. Nona, her happy space is sitting.
Right.
And that happened to me in COVID when I lost all my rights because I didn't get the government mandates. And, those are other issues. But I sat there. Was forced to sit.
Yeah.
Lost my job. Lost all my rights. My farfalla wasn't touched because my boyfriend lives in Europe.
Well, for me, because money is my first addiction, God sometimes removes me from money. Okay. And then when I don't have my money, so I can go over here and travel over here and go to a shop and buy this, I have to sit still. I can't move around as much. And the money that I worshiped so much, the ironic thing about it is because I was craving freedom to move around, but I had none because I was literally in jail in my head. And I've never had so much freedom, but I needed to burn a lot of money in order to become desperate enough to figure out a program in order for me to change my life. So this is the full circle stuff.
When did that happen for you? Like not you.
2.5 years ago.
Because I'm currently going through that right now.
Yeah, 2.5 years
So
ago.
I knew I was going to hear something I needed to hear today.
Going
so
through
thank
what,
you.
Anthony? What are you going through right now?
Chasing the money. The I need money and I don't have enough of it.
Oh,
And
that was
that's where you guys.
that was me 5 years old through 33 years
That
old.
was
Right.
her 5 minutes ago.
That was me this morning.
That was her.
That was me
we're on
this
the
morning.
couch. That was her this morning, and me about 10
So
minutes.
okay, so that was me 5 through 33 years old, but for the last 2.5 years, still me, but I have the tools to get out of
right.
thinking.
You're not blocked by it.
I am, but I can unblock.
Right. Okay.
Because I have the ability to tap the power,
Right.
but I have to make a decision to do it.
Right.
I'm not going to tell people that I just wake up and I've been reprogrammed and I know
That's what I mean.
how to think properly.
You flip the switch and it's all
also,
good.
and to your earlier point about smiling at someone, like it does. We're not saying, oh, intuitively, I am going to love this person.
Yeah.
We are saying, here is an actionable item, and then when you know those people that say like that laughing yoga, where they're like, if you just start laughing, then you'll eventually just be laughing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, I haven't heard of it, but it's
makes sense.
right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's
So
like
say,
if
like-
you start being if you start having gratitude,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a lot of gratitude.
Right. If you start smiling at people, people will start smiling back.
Right.
And that's another thing in our program that we talk about a lot, which is kind of how I would describe it is you get what you give, simply, right? And so I was getting a lot of being cheated and being manipulated. Shocker, because I was manipulating and cheating and hustling everyone. Right? And lying and not showing up for them. And shocker, I would get people around me that were not showing up for me. And now I have more people than I can count. I could cry that show up for me in a big way, But I had to do the work around it, which just means that I had to show up for people, which I didn't know how to do before someone showed me how to do it.
Yeah. And remember, Anthony, like, and listeners out there, we're talking about God, the spiritual principles and of what you're understanding, but money disguises itself and it looks like God.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel real good. Gives you everything you want.
Gives you wings.
Gives you wings. Gives you power. Gives you the
Power
the
over
illusional
others.
Power. So money it looks like and can feel like God.
It's the closest thing that mimics God. There isn't one other thing, I don't care, that mimics God that way.
So then you put the stamp on it, just like you did. And I keep saying the stamp on it, the programming. I don't get to obsess about money.
Right.
You don't and then you program your mind into because come on, let's get honest here, Anthony. You've had a shit ton of money and you've had no money and you're still suffering the same. So what is more money going to do to you? So again, it's about remembering and being reminded.
And that's why when you ask me, why are we here on earth? Like based on my experiences, I have a little bit more of an insight onto that because of what Nikki just said. I needed to go through these experiences of having a lot of XYZ and having none of it so that I could compare notes and say, I still felt like shit. So obviously having it isn't the answer. Not having it isn't the answer. Getting it back isn't the answer. I had to search someplace else for it. It was in here the whole fucking time.
Yeah. we use outside things to change our insides, right? I mean, it's
We'll
full
do it all
stop.
day and every day.
I like what you said though about like the stamp on it. To me, it's like I use judging and anger as a drug. Same, I chop it up, I line it up, and I just snort it right on the fucking every day of my life. We don't have the luxury. What is it? The dubious luxury of normal men to be the anger.
No,
and
we
the
don't.
gouge storm.
Actually, my best friend, who I'm helping with a situation with her husband right now, and she goes, "It's really good. We had a great date night. Everything's going really well, and they have a baby, and it's really important that they do get along." And she was telling me, "I'm feeling really good," and she's a rageaholic. She gets really, really off on rage. And I said to her, "Okay, so just don't ruin the momentum. Like if you feel like you want to say something sarcastic or rude, just don't. It's the same as me taking a line of cocaine. For 2 seconds it will feel good, but then it will ruin all of my progress that I've made all day long or in the last day or the last 2 years or whatever." So you cannot, to Nikki's point, you are not allowed to get angry.
And let's go deeper with that with your friend, because we're going to send her this podcast, your bestie. And let's go deeper. So you're not allowed to tell your husband something angry. You, Anthony, you're not allowed to tell your wife, but you've got to replace it. See, that's what people think. I'm not going to do cocaine anymore. I'm not going to drink anymore. I'm not going to have sex anymore. What are you replacing it with? In the programming that you and I are in, we replace it, Anthony, with service to others.
So what can I do for him?
So you want to scream at your husband and get real crazy.
So radical concept.
So what are you going to say? Instead of calling him an asshole or giving him, wow, your blue eyes are so sparkly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Matt, Anthony, your wife will hear this too. Anthony's wife, your beard's trimmed perfect. You see what I mean? Like your wife could say that instead of going, "You're an asshole, Anthony," it'd be like, "Oh, honey, your beard looks good today. You got number 135 hair perfect." Like, you know what I mean? Like you can get, I like those pants on you. They look good.
You sometimes have to dig deep. You sometimes have to get creative.
This is what it is. God gave us a brain. Use it for good instead of for greed. Use it so like the money, instead of going, you need more money, wouldn't it be like, you're in abundance, dude. You are so in abundance. What the hell do you need more money for? For a bigger car? For a better pair of pants? You got pants on, you got shoes on. The hell do you need more money for? And then you get into using the brains and into the reality, because let's go deeper. And you talk about this, Anthony. You tell us, we're in a spirit world. Where the hell are you spending your money in a spirit world? But Nikki, I'm in the world. Yes, that doesn't mean you don't work. That doesn't mean you just sit and do nothing while waiting. God's going to give me.
But that's a good question. That's a really good question that Nikki asks me a lot when I'm in my insanity. Jessica, do you have what you need right now? Like Anthony, ask yourself. No. Anthony, to self, do you have what you need? Do you have what you need in the fridge and over your head and a beautiful wife?
Yeah, the heat's on, right? Yeah.
And then you can, like, we aren't, another thing we aren't allowed to do is future trip. I'm not allowed to think about, oh, but what about in 6 weeks? Oh, but what about in 6 months? Oh, but what about in 6 years? I'm not allowed to do that either. I'm not allowed to snort future tripping. Doesn't work for me.
We're here now. We're here right now. Like, I have a crackhead Carl. I'm going to send this podcast to you too. Hi, Carl. And he's always like,
he's our friend.
And he is. And he's always like, and I can do this on camera because we're on camera. And he's always like this. He's always like, what is missing in this moment, Nikki? Nothing. Go deep with like, what is missing in this moment? Oh, it'd be better if Anthony's wife is here. If the dogs were here, if I had a baby breastfeeding,
a better studio, a bigger,
tighter tits. No, nothing is missing. Why do you keep going to tighter tits? Nothing is missing.
No.
Sex addicts, I'm sorry. Nothing is missing.
And if I'm there, I'm not here. Right? And so how can I be of maximum usefulness to you? Or this, what we're doing right now together, if I'm over there. So what I've been taught is slow down, pause. And in that slow down and pause, I've realized that I can't be 2 places at once. And then I'm told in my programming that I have to be of service, and to be of maximum service, I have to be here. So I'm actually doing everyone a disservice if I'm here. But in my old selfish thinking, I didn't give a fuck about that. So it didn't occur to me to not be in my fantasy and then be doing everything that I can and stepping on every single human being that got in my way to get to that fantasy. I don't even get to be in that fantasy anymore because I have to be here being of service to you. So how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Nothing new under the sun here, Anthony.
No, it's not. It's not.
I mean, you're Italian, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
So let's take us back 2,000 years ago, Roman times. We're sitting on a blue couch right now, people, but we could be sitting around being fanned in our togas, and there's nothing new. We're supposed to, this is the stuff we're supposed to talk about. Not the Super Bowl that's coming up, not the distractions of the whatever.
Not the Super Bowl that's fixed and the $1 billion gaming industry around it that's bleeding people dry.
Especially young men.
You see the distractions. So what if we took the young men and sat around instead of a coliseum watching the people be eaten alive?
The bread and
What if
circus.
the bread and circus. What if we just sat here and talked about
God.
these things? Talked about how you're going to serve your wife when you go home. How you're going to serve your community. Or I'm going to serve my mother who lives with me, Anthony, because her husband, this is the disease. Her husband, 7 years ago, took a pistol and blew his head off in front of her in Prescott, Arizona. Jessica does service for my mom a lot because I'm like, can you get this old lady off my hands?
Didn't die right away, by the way.
Didn't die right away. My mom had to watch it.
Plans
she ran
and designs.
Out. They landed the helicopter in the middle of the road, and now my mom lives with me forever. So you see why I work a serious program, because they'll be, I can easily slip into homicide, suicide.
And by the way, that wasn't part of Nikki's plan. So obviously. So what type of energy would she be wasting thinking about her 5-year plan?
And poor me. Yeah.
So it's like, it's not part of her 5-year plan. So imagine if she had spent all this time, connecting the dots around the 5-year plan. It's like, it's not happening the way that we want it to happen.
5-year plans in COVID. COVID hit. We all had plans. We all had plans before you relapse or you don't relapse or whatever it looks like. And this is really, and that's why there's a word in our programming that we use a lot. It's radical. This is radical. The human experience, let me look at the camera, is so radical. Most people don't make it. Does that make sense to you? Most people will not make the human. They'll have a mediocre life.
They might not be dead, but they may
dead.
as well fucking be dead.
Yeah, they're sleeping.
Yeah.
What's that called? NPCs? What are those things called?
What's NPC?
Non-character players?
I was going to say away from keyboard, AFK. When you're not at the computer, you're just completely gone.
No.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking too, is like how much time you could have wasted, right? Just poor me. How did this happen to me? Now I got to take care of my mom, and how am I going to get out of this, right? And you're just burning up energy foolishly, as you always say. Or I can be a good daughter and give back and actually enjoy life, right?
That's what I did.
There's so many people that just aren't doing that, right? That it's like
no, and then you don't know what's going to happen. Like my mom bought me a jacuzzi in my backyard. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come over, anybody who wants to come over. And it's like, I didn't know. Because that wasn't my plan. I'm supposed to be married. I was supposed to be living in Europe with Mr. Luxembourg. No, you're supposed to be at home. You're supposed to be taking care, doing these things. And it's a life beyond my wildest dreams, because I would have never planned this. Would you have planned this right now?
No.
Sitting here with these people. Like,
right.
it's amazing what you do when you get new programming. This is all about new programming. So how do you get the new programming? And there's many ways to get new programming.
And by taking your mind off the outcome, you open your world up to so many bigger and better outcomes. Because if I'm focused on, like, my brain is finite, God's plans, the universe, whatever the fuck you want to say, it's infinite. That's unlimited amount of possible outcomes. And here I am focusing on the one guy. And I need him to do what I want him to do. And he doesn't do it. And so I'm over here being really disappointed that he didn't fit into my plan. But meanwhile, God has all of these bigger and better things, but I can't see them. When I'm I told you, I can't be in two places at one time. So I'm laser focused on this. I need what I want. I want what I want. And I can't see. So when I'm unblocked from being unattached to outcomes and I have the freedom to say, like, I don't know what's going to happen and that's cool and I'm just going to be of service and I'm going to be in the present, I can start to see all the cool things that God is doing for me. But I can't see them when I'm in that state of mind, that crazy, insane state of mind.
Why do you think we always go back to it? Like, why do you think we
Because
grasp?
it's all we know. It's the programming that we know. It's easier to go down the programming that you know. Isn't it easier if I said to you, let's go take, we're going to go to your house right now. We're all going to hop in your car and you're going to take the route that you know. But what if I said, let's take a different route? Well, Nikki, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work out. You see what I mean? Like, it's easy to fall back asleep is so easy because we're programmed. Mm-hmm. This is radical. So let me ask, this is what I like to ask your audience if you don't, or let me ask you.
Yeah.
Who programmed you, Anthony? Who programmed you? And go from utero, if you can remember.
Well, I think it's more than one person.
From when you came out of your mom's
vagina. Like the moment you came out, what was that like? Retell the whole story. It was bright in there.
Did you feel the love from your dad enough, or are you still suffering from that?
Open up.
Weird.
I would say, parents and society, right?
Yeah.
Like
let's go deep because I mean, I can just assume you're Italian, so you've got some
cultural,
Catholicism in there.
Cultural norms.
You've got a nono and nona, and I don't even know in Italian, great uncle, great. There's words for that.
Zio
and then you've got school. Go deeper. Mm-hmm. Now you've got your culture. You've got Toronto culture, but maybe you're from the back country, and so now you've got these old country values too from your family, and then now you see the programming. Then you've got your government programming. Now you've got your television programming. Now then you went to this conservative university or you went to this liberal. It goes so deep. So why do we fall back asleep? That's a lot of programming, sir. And if you're older like me, like my mom, like it's hard to reprogram her. We've tried to reprogram your mom, lady.
Oh. So on that note, though, I'm reprogrammed. I have something. I'm reprogrammed. So I have to change my reaction to people that have old programming. Does that make, that's one of our action items. Like, I don't get to go around and say, you need to be reprogrammed.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not in enough pain. I certainly was in enough pain. It's different. So I don't get to respond in weird ways just because people aren't responding to me the way that I want them to respond.
No, but when you get reprogrammed, okay, and you go home to your mom or my mom, or when you go home to your wife or family, friends, coworkers, when you're reprogrammed, and this is an old one, as above, so below, as within, so without. Like we're all mirror reflections. Mm. Anthony, I hate to tell you this, I'm you, you're me. Now, if anyone's watching this on YouTube, we look very different. We're the same. I'm you, you're me. We're just in a different meat suit.
Yeah.
But let's pull off our meat suit. Let's pull off all of this. And your bright light inside of you is identical to mine.
Well, that is to Anthony's question about, what was your question about why we return to sanity? You didn't say
why we fall back asleep.
Why we fall back asleep?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so uncomfortable on this planet. I don't want to be in this body. I wasn't equipped for this. Right? So all of these worldly things, we call them the worldly clamors, they make me crazy because I don't want to be here, right? I'm a soul. I'm a spirit.
Yeah, we're souls. We're spirits.
Yeah.
And then you add the basic human needs of needing to belong, right? And then how am I supposed to belong with Buddy that has a Bugatti, like you said? Mm-hmm. I must need a Bugatti to belong with him. What are the other ones? I needed to be useful, right, to my tribe. So how can I be useful to my tribe? So it's a good point. If you're hanging out with people that are asleep all the time or believing in one thing, you're going to believe in that thing.
Yeah, they're in the 3-dimensional world. And I want to be in the 5-dimensional world. And I can flip-flop back and forth all day because I have to be here and I have to make money to be here. But it's painful. That's why I fall back into insanity or fall back asleep. For me, asleep is blotting out with Netflix or scrolling through my phone or spending money that I shouldn't be spending or eating something that I will regret later or over exercising so that I can forget about what I ate yesterday. Like, I go back to sleep in those ways. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that's why there's a key word in our programming, Anthony. It says practice. Mm-hmm. I like the scenario of young people, you may not know the original version of Karate Kid with Ralph
Oh, this is
Macchio.
that's a great metaphor. I love this.
Okay,
Yeah.
with Ralph Macchio and the old guy. They wax on, wax off, Danielson. And he's like, why am I doing this? Up and down. You do that every day. And then when you're confronted to do the crane move, and don't make me get up and start doing the crane move.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm the crane move. When it all comes together, because there's a lot of crane moves. When he cuts you off on the 401 on the highway, that's when the wax on, wax off comes all off. And you're like, okay, breathe, and you remember what to do. Does that make sense? So that's why we have to practice. That's a key word. Why do we fall back asleep? Some of you fall back asleep because you're not practicing.
Yeah.
You're just not practicing. You don't get a day off when you're trying to reprogram yourself. That's hard. And that's why I say most people won't make it.
Yeah.
And
Like
what's make it?
Yeah. What does
make it?
Walk around free. Like walk around without worrying, without being in care. I care about this. I care about that. Walk around without feeling bored, right? Oh, I'm so bored. This is boring. No, it's not. You're boring.
Yeah, well, I think free is like, I don't go to protests anymore. I used to do the World Naked Bike Ride, Anthony, okay? And that's the best way to protest. Everybody out there, you're amateurs if you have clothes on, okay?
No one's looking at you.
No one's looking at you. And actually, we get a police escort in Toronto. And I did the World Naked Bike Ride for oil, blah, blah, blah. And it's like now this world's full of protest, okay? Now, I don't do that anymore. Why? Not because I don't care about things, not because it's futile and fatal. Do you understand what I mean? Because real change comes from within.
Yes.
Real change comes from within. Over the years, what have protests done? I mean, I'm not knocking it. Please go. We need everybody to have a voice. And then people are like, Nikki, but then you wouldn't have a right to vote, and you wouldn't have a right. The woman's that woman's movement didn't work out for me.
It didn't work
not
out
for a lot of women. I'm going to be honest. It didn't work out for me.
I'm too hormonal to be working.
I don't want to be mom and dad, and it didn't work out for me. So I don't know. You see what I mean? The plan. I don't know. But you wouldn't have had. I don't know. So I don't do those things. I've been reborn in a way that when I change, well, Gandhi said it: be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
Be the change. And I know Gandhi did protests and all these things, but I think the real change came from when he made the change himself in himself.
It goes back to control what you can control and leave what you can't control, right? Focus on what you're saying makes complete sense to me. And I can see why people would yell at you and get angry and say, wow, we need protests for this and that. But what's my relationship behind the issue? Am I like crying every night because I'm not doing anything, but I'm showing up day after day, and now I have a resentment towards the man and the government? And that's what that was my thing with it always. It was like, it's my relationship that's the problem to the issue, right? I am just in resentment, and now it's us versus them, and now we see what's happening in the States.
But I like how you're using the word relationship, because is it a distraction from your relationship with yourself? Because have you done all of the things for your relationship with yourself before you put on your protesting?
Yeah, and the relationship with self is the relationship with God. Because this might be a controversial, like you said, it might trigger someone. Well, hey, everybody, life is a trigger. Waking up is a trigger if you're Nikki M, okay? And so I have to really have a relationship with the one who has all power. And where do I find that? Inside of me. Inside. There's nothing. When the human race realizes there's nothing outside of you. There's nothing outside of you. Everything you need is inside. We're so powerful. We've been put to sleep.
They have worked so hard. You know who they are. They have worked so hard at convincing us otherwise. They have spent trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to convince us otherwise. Why would they do that? Why would they work so hard at that if there was nothing to battle? If there was nothing to battle, then why would they try to separate us from it so much?
Anthony, do you know how powerful you are? I want you to look back over your shoulder, metaphorically. Haven't you always gotten what you want? I mean, this is a yes or no question. Maybe not the way you want it, maybe not when you wanted it, but have you really, truly, your heart's desire, not your mind's, when you look back, haven't you gotten what you wanted?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it goes back to that passage in the book about what I needed was what I wanted the entire time. Right? It's like, I always thought I wanted this, but then God or the universe, whatever, higher power shows me that this is what you need, buddy. And then this is actually what you wanted the whole time. Because what I want is to lie on the couch with my wife at the end of the night and just sit. Like, those are the moments where I'm like, yeah, this is what it's about, right?
There it is. And so you've always had it in you.
Yeah.
You're real powerful, but we get, those people, society, the programming puts us to sleep, and we forget. We have forgotten how powerful we are. We are so powerful. And that's what I think the world's afraid of right now. Like, we are and I don't mean powerful in that way. You know what I mean? Like, the power that's inside of us, the power to love, the highest vibration being your authentic self. Mm-hmm. Vibrating at authenticity is the highest vibration, not love. Vibrating in authenticity. So
do me a favor, differentiate, like, because lack of power is our dilemma, right? So I get what you're saying. Can you clear up, like, what do you mean by that power versus I need a greater power? Lack of power is my dilemma. Okay, so
lack of power, meaning I can't stop. Mm-hmm. Once I start, I can't stop. I have lack of power. I can't control the amount of anything I'm taking. Let's go to thoughts so we can get the entire human race in here. I can't control the amount. I take a thought, no one loves me. Okay. Or I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. Yep. And then the next thought is, I'm ugly. I need surgery.
I'm never going to get out of this.
Yeah. So there's the thought pattern. So you're powerless over that. But the reality of it is you do have power. Because if you take that first thought, right, whatever the first thought is, and then you remember who you are, because it's a seemingly
hopeless.
Seemingly hopeless.
Right.
So it only seems that way.
It's not real.
Your addict life is your only normal one. But what if I told you your normal one is really filled with power, that you've been bamboozled, that we're really, let's go deep. To my Christian friends out there, ye forget ye are gods. That's my new line. I love that. I love a radical.
Ye forget.
I don't even know. Some of you Bible quoters, if we were live on a podcast,
let us know.
Live, you could put it in there. But
ye forget
ye are gods. Am I the creator of the universe? No. But I'm all part of it. I'm part of source. You're part of source. We're all part of source. So the three of us coming together, we are vibrating real high right now. We're all we're deep in love, in that agape love. Mm-hmm. We all respect each other. We're all feeling good, feeling powerful. Yeah. I don't need to leave here and do anything but love. No. That's the energy we want every day. Now, imagine now. So we take that energy, you'll take it home, you'll take it, and we say it's 8:00 in the morning. We have to go to work now, and we take it out. And now there's things that are going to come in. And so we have to remember how powerful we are. Because when I first came in, I've been in these rooms and being in this type of programming for 14 years. And so now I'm remembering, not that I'm sick, because I remembered for a long time I'm sick, but now I'm remembering that I have power. Now I'm remembering that my sex powers are God-given and not to be used lightly. Why am I spreading eagle for everybody?
No.
I'm too old anyway to do that anymore. But why was I? It's too dangerous out there now, young
Well,
kids.
I'll tell you why. To get power. I know why I was doing it. To get power over people. That was my power that I used on everyone. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't need to do that now because I don't need to change the way that I feel because I feel really good right now with you guys here. So I don't need to move from one feeling to the next constantly, which is what it felt like to be an addiction and what it feels like to be an addiction still when I'm not using these tools, when I fall back asleep.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys this. If somebody new, someone just checking out this recovery stuff has made it this far into the podcast at this point to listen to the next sentence, what do you say to that person that when they just come in and they hear all this spiritual stuff, or anyone that, is agnostic, what do you say to that person to kind of open their mind a little bit, or at least what helped you maybe? I don't know.
How's your life working out for you? Because if you're happy, like I say to people, if it's working, what are you doing here?
Yeah, like
if
what
it's
are you
working,
doing
why
here?
are you here? Why are you asking me? Because they're coming to me for something, or like you said, I mean, your recovery's your podcast, Recovering Out Loud. So why are you in a room, or why are you in a situation where you need recovery? I don't care where it is. If it's with a therapist, if it's with a doctor, in a rehab, in a resort in Costa Rica, why are you here?
Like, think of the word recover, even.
Yeah, like, so why? That's what I would ask. Is why are you here?
Recovery?
So something in your life is not working. And Jess and I have a wonderful way of doing this with people. We have a program that my mentor gave us, and it's a checklist. And you just check off all the things. Did your husband work for you? No. Did having that new baby work for you? Did you get that pocket dog work? Did getting your new car? Did getting the money?
How about the
Did going to
fourth
the
boob
rehab?
job?
Yeah. Did getting well, then why are you here?
Yeah.
If none of this worked, then why are you here? Then you're here because you need a new way of living. So I'm not going to convince you. I'm going to just show you or tell you that if you need me, I'm 52, I'm retired, I'm naked in my hot tub that my mom got me. Okay. So this is how I roll with people, because if it can happen for me, why can't it happen for you? I'm not higher education. I went to the School of Hard Knocks, PhD, brass rail. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. So if you want it, it's for anybody. It's for anybody and everybody. But if your life is working so great for you, I have a 21-year-old son. And that's what I said to him one day. I said, how's it working out for you? Let me know. You go do you. Go do you, boo. Mom's naked in the hot tub. And when you suffer enough, let me know. And then sure enough, he comes back.
No, it's true. People come with these problems, and then you show them this sort of simple solution, and they look at you like you have two heads, because they actually just, I don't know, wanted you to agree with them that their life is shit.
And that there's no way out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to tell you that there's no way out? Because that's not true. That's not my experience. And that's the only thing that I can share with you is my experience. I feel good. I don't want to change the way that I feel when I'm tapped into this.
To your point, though, I mean, in my experience, you have to get beaten up, like really. I mean, I had to get beaten to a pulp.
Yeah, on every level.
I've tried, and beyond human aid, again, I've tried all the human things. And that's what I'd say with new guys too, is like, what have you tried? Yeah. Like the doctor didn't work for you, right? Doctor said I was an addict. Okay. Now what? What do I do now? The rehab, it worked until it didn't, right? It's for me, rehab is a great place. It's something that guides me into the solution, right? It kind of,
if that's where people find the solution, then that's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, it goes back to, I can't go to rehab. At least in my experience, I don't go to rehab, and then I'm fucking safe for the rest of my life.
Unless you can
carry the bubble with me everywhere.
Right. Right. Unless you're going to be locked up forever with a bodyguard, as it says.
Well, and then I see a lot of people too, like they'll be here and then they forget that they got to do the work every day. Our program says the desperation of a drowning person, and we all study kind of the same literature. Mm-hmm. And so what I've done with that literature, you're not supposed to alter it, but I've altered it. So after every sentence, it says every day. Yeah. Every day I need to smash the idea. Every day is a day I must carry. Every day I make a decision. Every day I clean up my past. You don't get a day. This is radical.
No.
But with the discipline, and here it is, if you're listening to us and you're like, well, I don't know if I need that. Are you disciplined? Because if you're not disciplined, you won't make it. Do you make your bed every day and then go deeper? Consistency. Because you've been here a while. We've all seen it. The people who are disciplined and consistent in life, they make it. Mm-hmm. It's just the way it goes. This is radical. We're I always say, like, we're an army of angels. Who's to say that an angel doesn't look like us? Mm-hmm. Angels with skin on. And there's the good and the bad in all of us. Everybody has the good and everybody has the bad. No one is just good and no one is just bad.
No.
During COVID, I remember when I was so angry at the government, okay? Because I didn't do all of that. And then I remember what it said that, even my prime minister is good. Mm-hmm. Even the government is good. And I had to remember when the government was good. When I moved from Orange County, California to Toronto with a car seat, a suitcase, and a baby, and they gave me free daycare. So I could spin around a pole. And they gave me mother's allowance so I could get an apartment. So my government's not all bad.
Right.
But in that moment, Anthony, when they said I was a bioweapon and I had no rights, they were the devil to me. But then I had to remember when, Nikki, you could have lived under a bridge, but your government gave you and your daughter everything you needed to get kickstarted into a home right down the street here. You see, like, I forgot. There's good and bad in everybody.
Yeah, you just have to look.
You
right?
just have to look. It's rap.
It's
You have
such
to
a
be
great
awake.
point. That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Gratitude, right? It just goes back to gratitude.
There it is.
You know?
We have a magic magnifying mind. We are
I
powerful.
love that story.
It is
Yeah.
magnifying. If I look at things about you that I don't like, you're going to be like this big to me. And I'm very powerful at doing that. Who? This big, I can make you feel. But I can also make you this big. I can worship the ground that you walk on when I start to look at this thing and that thing and this thing about you. It magnifies. If I think about a blue car, that's all I'm going to see on the street. Just go ahead and try it.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real.
Love it.
Do we snort enough God dope right now?
I think for today,
I think we did.
We
We
gotta.
really.
I don't know. We gotta land this plane.
Should we offer an invitation to your audience, like really to think about some of the things we said today? We have to land it in. So like if what you're doing is working for you, then, you know, take what you like and leave the rest. But if you're wondering like how all of the three of us are sitting here going like, this is the greatest day of my
Life's
life.
good.
You see what I mean? Like, no, you didn't get that money that you're obsessing about. No, I didn't get the tighter tits today. And no, Jessica, well, her list is endless, you guys.
Yeah. Can't even.
But
go
we're
there.
here like nothing's missing. And so if you want that, I would challenge your audience and your viewers and your listeners to just go, what are these people talking about? How do I get what they do? And maybe take some notes, maybe take some actions of what we talked about. When you're jealous of someone, when you, like you said, the guy has whatever you want, are you looking at the God in him? Maybe that would be the challenge to land the plane. Like we can, because I see the God in you, man. Anthony, wow. Real big God in you. And I always see the God in you. I've seen the devil too, everybody. And Jess.
Or maybe we could talk about.
This is a good segue into what your side project or your project that I'm going to be a part of and I'm excited for. If you guys like what you hear and you want to dive deeper into spirituality, we actually have an actionable item that we are going to do. So why don't you talk about what you want to do?
Okay, so we have a podcast launching next week or the week after. It's called Soul School. Nikki calls us soul surgeons. Can you explain what a soul surgeon does?
Yeah, soul surgeon. So next time you're filling out an application, if you're like me and they say like, what's your occupation? I put in soul surgeon. So be free to, and then everyone's looking at me. What does that mean? It means that I operate on your soul. And how do I operate on your soul? With the spiritual principles. How do you, I give you the tools, because the tools are available to anybody.
Yeah.
We lay out the tools for you. And then what happens when I'm a soul surgeon, I teach you how to be a soul surgeon. Just shows you how to be a soul surgeon. And that's what we do. So we have a soul school and we're going to teach everybody how to be a soul surgeon. And so what does that mean? We're going to show you how to love your teenager, even when they can't love themselves. We're going to show you how to forgive the unforgivable. We're going to teach you how to be patient when the time's ticking, your biological clock. You're going, but I'm still. No, we're going to show you how to be patient. We're going to show you that you are not lacking. We're going to show you that the obsession of gratitude is the best obsession, and we're going to teach you how to do that. So that's what our podcast is about. How to become a soul surgeon, how to get your highest education in soul school. Oh, and here I just want to warn everybody, Jess, and we should there's no graduation.
No.
You're in soul school forever until you cross back to your original place. And I don't know where that is. And that's a whole nother podcast for another day, Anthony.
I love it.
So you can find us on Instagram at The Real Soul School. and we'll provide details in the description.
Yeah, I'm going to put it all in the show notes, and it's going to be, I'm excited. Yeah, it's fired up. It's, I don't hear this stuff enough, you know. So.
I'm really excited to work with you and really grateful for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Me too, Anthony. I just want to thank you because everybody, you know, you're wanting more things. And I have to tell you, I do have another podcast we won't talk about. It's different, whole different energy. But I do it off my phone. And to sit here with some cameras and this booming mic.
Don't thank me yet. It hasn't happened
Well,
yet.
no, it's going to work out. It is going to work out. But this is exciting, you see. So just through the process of and then here I am on your couch with this fun stuff. And I don't even know how to turn anything on but my phone. So thank you so much, Anthony, for having us here today and sharing the message of love and authenticity. I'm grateful. And I want to thank your wife just in advance because I can just see you guys just love each other. I don't even know her, but you're just a good guy.
I'm lucky.
And thank you. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Jess.
Thanks for listening. Please help us grow the channel and like, share, and subscribe for more content. The discussions and stories shared on this podcast are for informational and motivational purposes only. This content is not a substitute for professional medical advice, addiction treatment, or therapy. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, please consult a licensed physician, addiction specialist, or mental health professional. You are no longer alone.